I'm Alexis Smith. I'm very happy to welcome you to another visit with the star on the story. I made my selection from this vast collection of literature by W. Somerset Maugham. I chose the story, The Back of Beyond. I chose it because I was intrigued with the character I play. Her name's Violet Safary. You see, she's a woman who's caught in the conflict between emotional escape and demanding loyalty. The setting is Malaya, the time, well, it could be any time. Because Violet could be any woman. I hope you like our play.
Hello, Violet.
Hello, Tom.
Well, what are you up to, my dear?
Oh, I'm finally getting a letter off to Betty Carter. You're late. I expected you more than an hour ago.
Well, I'm afraid it's all my fault, but it's all right.
All part of the education of assistant resident magistrate.
It was a matter of theft involving one of the natives.
Yes, I know. He's the brother of our houseboy, Payne.
Oh, I didn't know that.
There's no reason why you should know.
I'm afraid I disappointed Roger today. You see, I feel that the amount of the theft was negligible, and the motive so basic. The poor fellow actually was hungry, but some minor punishment would...
The motive is unimportant. The crime was reprehensible. Where's Peng, my dear?
Oh, I sent him back to his village. He was so worried about his brother, I thought perhaps he'd like to be with his people. What was the decision?
Peanut substitute. Well, there's no lime juice. I'll be back in a moment.
When do you go to Singapore?
Day after tomorrow.
How long will you be gone?
About 2 weeks.
I'll miss you.
Gone?
No, thank you, Roger, not for me.
Violet?
Oh, no, thank you.
Cheers. Sorry you won't join me.
Roger, I'm still thinking of that poor native fellow.
Matters closed.
Like a prison door.
Precisely.
Well, it's home for me. I've got a lot of work to do on reports tonight. I just came in to say goodbye to Violet.
When are you leaving for Singapore?
Day after tomorrow.
We shall be going with you. Stop by tomorrow evening.
Well, I will if I finish the reports. Otherwise, I'll see you when I get back. Bye-bye.
Bye, Tom.
Would you mind handing me my briefcase, Violet?
Yes, Roger. You've no idea how excited I am about our going home. It was wonderful you could arrange Tom's leave at the same time. It should be a perfect holiday.
We're not going.
Not going. Not going to England? Why, Roger?
I received a promotion. Because of that, we won't be able to leave for another year.
That means we'll be leaving Timbang.
Well, naturally. We've been Borneo. Things are in such a tangle there, we'll have to leave very soon.
When do we have to leave?
Oh, next month. Just about the time we'd be leaving for England.
But you can turn down the Borneo appointment.
I've already accepted. The matter's closed.
What about Tom?
What about Tom?
Well, what I mean is we've planned this leave together for such a long time. What did he say?
I haven't told him.
You have... When did you find out about this?
This afternoon. There'll be a formal notification tomorrow or the next day through the usual channels.
Roger, I'm terribly upset about this and very... Oh, Plans casually talked.
Not casually, my dear. Officially. And the sooner we concern ourselves with new plans, the better off we'll be.
Yes, of course, Roger.
You know about Roger's promotion.
Yes. Tom, what shall we do?
How did all this come about? Does he suspect anything?
I don't think so. I'm not sure.
I suppose we both should have known that this or some similar situation would have to be met.
We did know, but we didn't want to believe it.
We thought everything would work itself out, somehow. It did work itself out. Not in the way we wanted it to.
Tom, is it over? You and I.
Over? But it can't be over.
Oh, Tom. I think I'd have died if you'd said anything else.
You do understand the consequences, darling, I'm sure of that. Wherever we go, the stain will follow us. There'll always be someone who knew us here in Malaya. Things will probably be very difficult. I'll have to make a living some other way. Something new. Won't be too easy.
I don't care what happens to us as long as it happens to us together.
All right, my darling. We'll make our plans carefully right now. When I leave tomorrow morning on that boat to Singapore, I won't come back. And I won't stay in Singapore. We must be careful not to arouse
We'll
suspicion.
be very careful.
You stay here for a few days. You must think of somebody to visit.
I'll arrange it.
I'll be waiting for you in Batavia. The Vanderhyde Hotel. From there, we can go on to Australia and New Zealand.
Anywhere.
I won't see you again until we meet in Batavia. I have to pack, and I must be on that boat in the morning. But we'll be together again in 2 weeks.
Yes, Tom.
All right, put him down here. There's a trunk in the car, and you'll need a handcart for it. You better hurry.
Tom,
Violet, what are you doing here?
I'm going with you. Right now, without waiting.
Violet, I beg of you, follow me in a few weeks. It's the safest plan for you. It's the only plan.
But in a few weeks, anything might happen. This way it'll be over and done with.
Violet, Well, it's Roger.
Well, I'm glad I got you in time.
I must say, it's very nice of him. I didn't expect both of you to come down and see me off. I'm a bit overwhelmed.
Standard procedure for the resident magistrate, Tom. Though the presence of the resident's wife does make the farewell a bit more ceremonious.
Well, I thought perhaps you'd be too busy to make it. I'm sure we both wish we were going with you, Tom.
I wish you were coming with me, too. Just a minute. Here, boy. Right, get it aboard.
You always take a trunk with you when you go to Singapore for a week or so?
Oh, well, it's just that I've lost a little weight in the last year. Taking some clothes to the tailors to be refitted.
I see. Well, come back quickly, Tom. Now that our trip to England is off, we'll be seeing you only for 2 weeks or so. And there's so much work to be done before I can leave here gracefully. Well, say goodbye, Violet.
Goodbye, Tom.
Goodbye, Violet. Goodbye, sir.
Well, I suppose we do have to stand here and wait until the boat sails.
Not at all, Roger. I'm sure Tom realizes how busy you are.
That's not the point.
What is the point?
The point is, it's proper to wait here until the boat sails. And that's precisely what we're going to do.
Yes, Roger. Roger?
Huh? Oh, yes. Thank you.
Roger, I believe Peng would like to speak to you.
Hmm? Oh, yes, Peng. What is it?
Diane Safri. My brother, good boy. If he had work, he knows steal.
Your brother's a thief. He's been sentenced to penal servitude. Nothing can be done for him.
But Diane Safri, sentenced too much for steal so little. You make him very bad when he come back.
If he comes back very bad, I guarantee you, Peng, he won't stay for long. We'll make him understand the responsibilities of organized society if he has to spend the rest of his life in jail. That's all, Peng. By the way, Violet, have you had a letter from Tom?
Why, no.
Strange. Gone 8 days. Had no word from him.
I imagine he's very busy. Oh, Roger, Betty Carter asked me downriver for a visit.
Timing's awkward, I must say. We'll be very busy getting ready to put out of here for Borneo.
I've already accepted.
Well, you'd better phone her and make your excuses.
I'll be back in less than a week.
As you wish. Did Tom say anything about going to Batavia? You're a bit jumpy, aren't you?
What did you say about Tom and Batavia?
Oh, someone said something very peculiar at the club this afternoon. A fellow by the name of Gannon, one of those rubber planters back from Singapore, said he saw Tom. Well, it seems this Gannon fellow was seeing some people off on a Dutch ship going to Batavia. He swore Tom was aboard.
Perhaps Tom was seeing some people off.
That's what I said. But Gannon claimed that Tom didn't come ashore with the rest of the visitors. He waited for him at the gangplank, but Tom never got off the ship. So said Mr. Gannon.
Mr. Gannon must be mistaken.
Yet it is strange that we haven't heard from him. Well, I imagine that if we phoned Singapore right now, we'd find him at the bar at the Raffles having a drink. What do you think, Violet?
Well, I agree with you. I imagine if we phoned Singapore right now, we'd find him at the Raffles bar having a drink.
Thank you, Violet. It's a very pleasant feeling to be agreed with, isn't it?
Yes, Roger.
Quite a few changes for a short trip downriver.
You know how much Betty entertains, practically a party every night. Their club's much dressier than ours.
Yes, I suppose so. Almost makes me wish I were going with you.
I'm sure you're much too busy closing your affairs here before we leave.
Yes, that's true. You're taking the boat tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow, Roger.
I'm sorry I'm not having dinner with you tonight. The chaps at the club have planned this dinner for me. After that, there's a billiards match.
I understand.
You still don't think it's strange that we haven't had a word from Tom?
No. You'll probably find a letter waiting for you at the office in the morning.
Yes, perhaps I will. Well, I'm off. See you in the morning. Bye, Violet.
Goodbye, Roger.
I was counting on you to miss that one, Roger.
I could practically hear you counting, Fraser. If I make this one, I think I have the match.
I believe you will, if you make it.
Stop counting, Fraser.
I've already started.
Oh, there you are, Safri. Hello, Fraser.
Hello.
So I was mistaken about Tom Clark, was I? Well, he was aboard that ship. And now he's dead.
What did you say, Gannon?
I said Tom Clark is dead. Here it is in the Singapore News. Late today, word was received from the Dutch passenger ship Juliana that Mr. Thomas Clark, the assistant resident magistrate of Timbang Batu, died suddenly aboard ship and was buried at sea.
Let me see that, Gannon.
So you see, Safri, I was right about Tom being aboard that ship. You as much as told me I was out of my mind.
Yes, I did, Gannon. I apologize for that.
I'm terribly sorry, Roger. What did poor Tom die of?
The dispatch mentioned a heart attack.
Terrible. Last time I saw him, he looked absolutely fit.
Maybe the next time I report that I've seen someone aboard ship, I'll be listened to.
Oh, come off it, Gannon. Roger, I know this news has upset you terribly. I know that you can make this next shot easily, and I'll gladly concede it.
Not at all. There's been quite a bit wagered on this tournament. It might affect the stakes.
As you wish. Well, you made it. Excellent.
Thank you, Fraser.
I've thoroughly enjoyed this match.
So did I. I didn't mean to start you, Violet. There's a storm come up. I wanted to see the shutters open.
I had a terrible dream about Tom. It was on a ship. There were a lot of people standing at the rail. I can still see them clearly. I tried to get through. There was something wrong. There was something wrong with Tom.
Was there more to your dream, Violet?
Nothing. Nothing more. I wakened with this terrible feeling of danger for Tom. Why do you ask?
I'll finish your dream for you, Violet. Because it has a frightening coincidence with reality. Tom is dead.
No!
Your glimpse back of beyond is even more fantastic. He was buried at sea from a... Hey! Hey! Help me. It's a key. Thanks to brandy.
Yes, sir.
Tom. It isn't true. It can't be true. It's all part of the dream. It isn't true. Tom isn't dead. It isn't true.
I wish it weren't. I know how fond you were of it. Oh, never mind paying. Let me go. I'll call you when I need you.
Yes, sir.
Violet, I'm truly sorry.
Don't touch me.
Violet, darling, you mustn't give away to yourself like this.
Leave me alone. Do you hear me? Leave me alone. It isn't fair. It isn't fair. Go away. I don't want your sympathy. All I want is to be left alone. Don't stare at me. Go away and leave me alone.
I'm not going away, Violet. I'm going to stay here until your hysterics are over with. Then you're going to answer some questions. Great many questions. What was Tom Clark to you? What was he really to you? Answer me. Answer me.
What was Tom Clark to
Yes, what was he to you?
you? 15 years ago when we first came here. Please, Roger, don't make me say any more. Not tonight.
Say it.
What is there to say except that Tom's dead? Yes, Tom's dead. And all the things that were a part of Tom, his heart, his smile, his kindness, his weaknesses, his dreams.
And your love for him. That was part of Tom, wasn't it? Is that dead, too?
Yes, that's dead, too. But not the memory of it. That'll never die. I was going to meet Tom in Batavia. I was never coming back to you.
I want to kill you for this.
How can you? I can't die twice. I'm already dead. And so are you. So how can you kill me? How can the dead kill the dead? And you are dead, Roger. Spiritually dead. Destroyed by vanity, self-righteousness, your own distorted and twisted idea of justice. A small native boy steals a few coppers and you sentence him to 5 years of penal servitude. And now you'd kill me for something so. And there was nothing to steal. What Tom and I were about to share was a love born of your arrogance. Your dispassionate, cold indifference and neglect. It was a very small theft, Roger. But not by your rules of justice. By your rules, the penalty's death. Well, let's be done with it. Maybe the dead can kill the dead. Oh, you can put those aboard, cabin B.
Diane Saffery, you send for me?
Yes, Peng. I want you to take this letter to the boat. It's from Mrs. Saffery. Very important. I'll have it ready for you in a moment, so bring the car around.
Yes, sir.
I could have begged your forgiveness this morning, before you left, and perhaps have been forgiven. But this would not bring you back. What would bring you back? Bring back the lost years of our happiness together. What would? I have no right, Violet, I know, to ask you to stay. I have no right even to expect that you'll ever come back to me. I love you, Violet. I shall always love you. I can only hope that someday we loved each other very much once, Violet. Remember?
Yes. I remember.
May I hope that you will come back someday? May I?
I don't know, Roger. I don't know. Perhaps in time. woman who's caught in the conflict between emotional escape and demanding loyalty. The setting is Malaya, the time, well, it could be any time. Because Violet could be any woman. I hope you like our play.
Hello, Violet.
Hello, Tom.
Well, what are you up to, my dear?
Oh, I'm finally getting a letter off to Betty Carter. You're late. I expected you more than an hour ago.
Well, I'm afraid it's all my fault, but it's all right.
All part of the education of assistant resident magistrate.
It was a matter of theft involving one of the natives.
Yes, I know. He's the brother of our houseboy, Payne.
Oh, I didn't know that.
There's no reason why you should know.
I'm afraid I disappointed Roger today. You see, I feel that the amount of the theft was negligible. And the motive so basic. The poor fellow actually was hungry. That some minor punishment would...
The motive is unimportant. The crime was reprehensible. Where's Peng, my dear?
Oh, I sent him back to his village. He was so worried about his brother, I thought perhaps he'd like to be with his people. What was the decision?
Penal servitude.
I just came in to say goodbye to Violet.
When are you leaving for Singapore?
Day after tomorrow.
Which are we going with you? Stop by tomorrow evening.
Well, I will if I finish the reports. Otherwise, I'll see you when I get back. Bye-bye.
Bye, Tom.
Would you mind handing me my briefcase, Violet?
Yes, Roger. You've no idea how it... Hello. I'm Alexis Smith. I'm very happy to welcome you to another visit with the star on the story. I made my selection from this vast collection of literature by W. Somerset Maugham. I chose the story, The Back of Beyond. I chose it because I was intrigued with the character I play. Her name's Violet Saffery. You see, she's a woman.
Well, there's no lime juice. I'll be back in a moment.
When do you go to Singapore?
Day after tomorrow.
How long will you be gone?
About 2 weeks.
I'll miss you.
Gone?
No, thank you, Roger, not for me.
Violet?
Oh, no, thank you.
Cheers. Sorry you won't join me.
Roger, I'm still thinking of that poor native fellow.
Matters closed.
Like a prison door.
Precisely.
Well, it's home for me. I've got a lot of work to do on reports tonight.